Evening there, folks. This evening I'd like to talk about an issue which I've been considering for some time now. It's the issue of what is your potentially best rig for an electric instrument that's trying to move outside the usual convention of guitar pedals, basically. You want to maybe look at some synthesis and some more bespoke effects, I suppose. We're going to look at three different systems today. The first is the Boss sy-300 guitar synthesizer, £585. The Future Impact by Panda Audio, £330. And brand new, the Midi Guitar 2 by Jam Origin, which was just under £100. They all have pros and they all have cons. There's not the absolutely perfect choice just yet. The MIDI Guitar 2 is constantly being updated, so that's a wonderful thing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to let you hear them all and see how they perform, and then we'll have a little chat about it afterwards. First up, we have the Boss sy-300 synthesizer. I'm just going to play a patch for the final countdown, just so you can kind of hear what the sounds are like with the familiar tune. So here's the original. You can hear the sound is pretty terrible. It's the closest I could possibly get. Let's have a look at the tracking. No matter how fast I try and play separate bows, legato, it's absolutely impeccable. Next one, I'm just going to pause a moment to change. Okay, here we have the Panda Audio. Let's go back to our original sound again. Already just with the simple line a little bit glitchy. Very, very glitchy. Pretty darn glitchy if you ask me, but the sound is very good. Let's go with the next one. The tracking was good, but I was getting a bit of, I think I was playing a bit of the D string. Let's try one more time. Tracking is generally very, very good. Nothing was missed on that particular run. Let's have a look at something faster. I think it got all the notes there. The fast single bow notes don't always work. It does have the highest latency out of the three options. It's very, very light anyway. Unless you're shredding stuff like a lunatic, you're not going to notice it anyway. The other two are the Future Impact's almost instantaneous, and the guitar, the Boss sy-300, that pretty much isn't instantaneous. And I mean, the Future Impact is I think is around there as well, but the tracking on it is dreadful. So the Boss has a it's a 3 oscillator analog style synth with loads of guitar effects that you can put up to 4, and you have quite a lot to choose from. The kind of general stuff that you'd see in Boss pedals. You can also use 1 to 3 of the oscillators to blend in the sound of your instrument as well, so you can use it just as an effects processor without any kind of synthesis, which is very good for that actually. The Future Impact has a 4 oscillator style, analog style synthesizer. It has about 3 effects built in, distortion, sort of modulation. You can choose from flanger and chorus, and it also has an equalizer. So not a huge amount. If you want to kind of take it further, you'd have to put more pedals after it to give it reverb and more distortion or whatever you might want. The Midi guitar is limitlessly expandable. Apart from the fact that it already comes with plenty of effects built in, amp simulators, cabinets, reverbs, MIDI effects, arpeggiators, so you can play one note and it'll harmonize it for you. That's very cool. It'll also load anything that you have on your computer, whether it's VST or audio unit. So I use Serum for my music, so I just load up Serum, and with the same patch that I used when I was writing the tune, load straight in there, bang, it sounds exactly the same. Perfect sound quality. You can't really ask for any more, certainly not in my opinion. You might not like Serum, you might like a different synthesizer, you can use that synthesizer. You also have 2 effects slots, so I like to use the Eventide Black Hole reverb. It's my favorite reverb. You might not like that one, you might like a different one, you can put it in. If you happen to write music, you'll probably have either bought effects or have free effects that came with your digital audio workstation. They're all importable here. You can make really quick patches with whatever you want, and with one of those MIDI switch pedals, it'll go from one to the other. There's a little delay of about a second between them. The Boss kind of is about instantaneous, I guess. So again, there's just a tiny amount of delay there. What else can we talk about? The guitar, the MIDI guitar can also blend between a synthesized sound and a guitar sound. They can be they can be processed separately and then blended together to your heart's content, to whatever you can imagine. For me, I'm going to be attempting this the MIDI guitar from now on. I've never managed to be able to get the sounds that I want from anything else, and I spent so much money trying, and suddenly for less than £100 all the stuff that I've been using to write my own songs has become available and usable. That's the important thing. It's not crashed on me ever. None of these pedals have crashed. I've never had any kind of technical difficulties with any of them, so they've all performed as you'd expect in live situations. And I suppose you could argue that the MIDI guitar is the most likely to have a problem, if your computer crashes or something. But as I say, it's not happened to me. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to use that as soon as I figure out all the bits and pieces that I'm interested in, and so keep an eye out for that one. In the meantime, if you have any questions about anything here, any comments, I'd love to hear from them. So I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.